at 4, but it actually starts at like, oh, it says OBS isn't streaming to YouTube. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, we are working on some tech stuff. Oh, I think it just started on YouTube.
Yeah, I just fixed it. I just started it manually.
Thank you, Bella, the tech whiz. Let's go. Okay, so now we can officially start the show.
Yay!
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, welcome to the show. Sorry for the late start, but like Bella said, if you know QOTD, you know our schedule is always just a little bit behind.
Just a little bit. It's part of the charm.
Yeah, true. So in case you don't know what you're tuning into, this is the QOTD game show, which stands for Question of the Day Game Show. Just to give you a rundown about what's going to happen. So this past week on QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com, QRTD Beyond the Air released 6 questions which users and viewers like you can respond to on the website. And we have a bunch of responses. For today's show, our super sophisticated AI is going to select 6 of the best answers for each of those questions. And viewers like you will be voting on your favorites for each question, and then also your favorite answer overall. So if you haven't already, go to QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com to join the show. There's a live stream at the top where you can vote for your favorite answers. And if you haven't already, you can also go and record your answers to each of these questions. And you can still appear on the show today. Just as a final thing, we have some cash prizes up in store. If you are the best answer overall, you get $100 in cash prizes. But if you get the best answer for a certain question, you still get $25.
Yeah.
Get that every.
Get yourself a little nice meal, a treat, maybe a new top, something fun. There's so much you can do with $25.
Exactly. And for $100, even more. That's like a good meal. A meal for like 4.
That is like, take your partner out to dinner. Get a date out of that.
So true. Exactly. I'm envious.
And it'll be one of you guys. And you can still submit now and get in. All right. Yeah. So once we get onto the questions, we've got TV, we've got pets on planes. We're talking about parents, we're talking about Gen Z, all the exciting stuff. Yeah, we're gonna see your guys' answers. So let's get into it.
Cool. I love the sneak peek for the questions. Yeah, I think without further ado, we can probably get started. Ready?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, first question coming up. Okay, let's see. What is this question? The mystery. Okay.
Ooh. What binge watch made you the saddest that there were no more episodes?
Lots of good options.
Yeah, I'm consistently binge watching. It's my addiction of choice.
Same. And I feel like there's always I always have like a list of shows I just need to binge watch, need to get through, but it's just we're in the golden age of television, so.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah.
I know. There's so many shows. There's so many shows that were canceled on Netflix over quarantine. Like, have you seen this? Did you see The Society season 1?
I think I heard about it. Was that the one with like the kids where all the parents
they get trapped in this like alternate dimension and it's just them. It's like your high school class stuck in town with no one and you can't leave the town, which is honestly a nightmare. That sounds like a nightmare scenario, but I didn't see what was happening. I was sad. So let's see what other people were saying.
Breaking Bad. Easily Breaking Bad. Like, I love that show so much, and if they could have extended it to 25 seasons, I would have watched it probably 3 times through by now. Easily.
That's a good one. I've been watching
probably the most binge-worthy series. I think a lot of people can relate to this. That made me sad it was over. It's Game of Thrones. Very upset at how it ended. Very sad it was over and there wasn't any more. And I immediately had to restart to kind of give my sadness some happiness by restarting it from scratch. But yeah, very sad when that ended.
Yeah. That
I binge watched this show called The Innocents on Netflix. It's about this Norwegian girl who can turn into other people, and it's freaky, and it's not approved for another season, so really sad.
That is so sad.
Truly, that's the worst.
When they cut it at a cliffhanger,
Yes.
it's actually cruel.
Yeah. Cruel and unusual punishment.
Yeah, really.
So for me, the binge watch that made me saddest, there were no more episodes, would be New Girl. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, New Girl ends with us seeing them like fast forward in time and seeing all the characters' future children. And in the last season, we do get to meet Schmidt and Cece's first daughter because it flashes forward a little bit, but we don't really meet the others. And I feel like throughout the show, the characters are so well developed. And they're such great characters that I think it would have been really cool to get to meet the other kids for a little bit of time. But that being said, I did love the way the show ended, and I think that it could be a cool spin-off idea.
Okay, yeah, I could watch unlimited amounts of New Girl, honestly.
The saddest I was after I binge watched a show was Made in Abyss, because there was just one season and it's been forever, and I don't know if they're gonna make more, but I watched it on one day and was so sad there's no more episodes. Make them, please.
I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
I'll have to look that
Sounds cool then.
I would say that Iron Blood Orphans, Gundam Iron Blood Orphans, is probably the number one saddest thing I've ever binge watched, and I wish there were more episodes.
I haven't seen a lot of anime. I'm pretty sure that's an anime.
Yeah, me
I
too.
feel like that's a genre that I haven't got into yet. I need to.
Yeah, same. Well, we have our 6 answers. So if you haven't already, go to QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com to vote for either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. We have a lot of good answers, so get your votes in now. We have a winner. Phoebe!
Phoebe with
Congratulations.
New Girl. Congrats,
Love
Phoebe.
you, bro. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen any, but I've heard great things about it.
Yeah, I feel like all the characters are so interesting, and I almost can't imagine any of them as parents. So seeing them as parents would just be, there would be a lot of content, I think, personally.
Parenthood is just it's a rich time for content.
Yeah,
And you have cute kids.
exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, Phoebe. You got $25 cash.
And your dog is cute. Buy him some treats.
Exactly. Okay. Are you ready to go on to the next one?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay, next question coming up.
Got
Ooh,
some
what a good-
birds. Who knows? What animal would you like to be reincarnated as? I think about this often.
I should think about it. Yeah, it's a great question. I feel like I've often been told that I give like golden retriever vibes, so probably a golden retriever.
I can see that. Yeah, I would love to be a dog. I would love to be a cat, actually. I'd rather be a cat than a dog. But
self-sufficient.
Yeah. Like you can kind of do your own thing. You're a little bit more respected. People don't manhandle you as often.
Fair.
But I think like ultimate, if I really had to choose, I'd be a bird. I'd want to fly.
That's fun. Yeah, I feel like just like being able to look down and everything, get places faster. It's just so much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got some answers here. See what people say. Exciting.
I've actually been thinking about this a lot. An eagle. I've seen streams of like video cameras connected to eagles flying over cities, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'd love to see the earth from a bird's eye view, literally. And I mean, there's nothing else you want. I mean, they live like 40 years, so I could do 40 years, you know? I don't want to be like a 150-year-old tortoise. Like, no. A bird that can fly. I want to fly.
Yeah, I think a tortoise would be a little too long.
Yeah.
If I could be reincarnated into any animal, I'd probably have to go with the sloth because I just want to sleep. I want to be up in the trees. I want to be swinging. I want to be just like chilling all day long, hanging up there, sleeping. Beautiful. That's my life. That's what I want to be reincarnated as, a sleepy sloth.
My friends told me that if I were an animal, I would be a sloth.
I was born the year of the tiger, so I've always liked tigers. Always thought they were super cool. I have heard, however, that they're endangered, so maybe not the best situation. So this could be a lame answer, but I honestly think I'd rather just be reincarnated as another human again.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I mean, tigers are fierce. They go raw.
Yeah, they do that.
If I had to come back as any animal, it would definitely be a panda. A red panda, regular panda, it doesn't matter. I want to become a panda. Want to know why? Because pandas don't do anything. They just sit there, relax, and mind their business. And that seems like the most perfect life. And they get catered to, like, very well, mind you. So I would definitely love to come back as a panda.
Okay, yeah, be one of those pandas that like are sent on like diplomatic missions.
I think I
Yes,
would want to be
true.
recorded as like an eagle or like a hawk, like something, a predator in the sky that would kind of live like a long time and just see everything from a different perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I
think that's
agree.
kind of what we were saying.
Me and Bart on the same page.
If I were to be reincarnated as an animal, I would probably be a bird, specifically a parrot or a macaw who would live somewhere tropical so that there'd be nice weather and so that I could fly anywhere that I wanted to.
Lots
You'd
of
be pretty.
birds.
That's a pretty bird.
True. Aren't macaws extinct?
Are they?
I
Oh
thought
my
they
God.
were.
Wait, that's so sad. I didn't know that.
Devastating. Yeah.
I always wanted a parrot, but my dad didn't let me, and I'm glad he didn't because they are a little bit annoying.
Fair. Oh, it looks like we have an answer. Remember, go to vote on QOTD.com. Phoebe again.
Oh my gosh, Phoebe!
Go Phoebe on a roll.
Racking up the winnings. You guys have to get in there because she's taken all your prizes.
I know. And remember, it's not too late. If you go to QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com, you can do the videos, you know?
You can get on here and win your own money.
Exactly. Yeah, but tiger, a fearsome predator.
Yeah. It depends though. Like, would you rather be a zoo tiger, or maybe like conservatory tiger, or would you rather be in the wild? I feel like that's very different. Those are two very different existences.
That's true. Because I feel like I hear that like tigers live shorter lives in captivity, and also like when you're out in the wild, you are the one.
Yeah, I feel like I'd need to live the wild experience.
Agreed.
Do it all natural. Okay.
Sure. You ready for the next question?
I am.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
Oh, puppy.
Cute.
Oh, angry puppy.
Oh.
All right, our question. Should only trained service dogs be allowed on airplanes, or is any comforting pet okay? This is a little bit of a not political, but this is more of a deeper question. I think that like emotional support pets, I feel like you should have to get a certain certification from, or like a certificate of some sort. You have to get your pet like verified that they can handle being on a plane, because I think it could be very disruptive. And it's just like a hassle, even just like for the flight attendants, if they're like not potty trained, if they're gonna be like making a lot of commotion. I mean, people do bring their babies on planes, and I think they're just as disruptive.
That's a good point, actually.
I think there should be certifications you have to get. But I don't know. Let's see what people think.
True. I agree, but let's see.
Only dogs are allowed to be service animals? Come on. In Florida, there's a lady with an alligator as a service animal. I mean, that might be taking it too far, but I think they could expand it maybe just a little bit more to allow maybe cats, even a hamster if it's in a cage on an airplane. I know flyers have taken advantage, but come on.
An alligator on an airplane?
A certified comfort
I believe the
alligator.
Department of Transportation made a great call, only allowing dogs as service animals. The reason being, I read an article that said that flyers were taking advantage and bringing on all kinds of animals, including peacocks and pigs, onto a plane, where that's crazy. Like a peacock on a plane? Come on.
Peacocks are huge. Like when they extend their feathers, that's like the
You know, I completely understand that some people have service animals that are not dogs. However, when you're dealing with an airline and such strict protocols, you know, you don't want to turn the airline into a stock carrier. And so it really does need to be narrowed down. Now, I understand that that's going to limit some people from being able to travel. However, you know, there's other travel options and there's other ways to go about getting across the country. And if you need a service pig, then maybe you need to look at some different options.
pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I feel like just like with a lot of these pets, I'm like, how do you even like get them as a pet?
Nope. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that the Department of Transportation is limiting service animals to dogs. I think that you should be able to bring whatever animal you're connected with on the plane within size reason. Like, don't bring a horse on the plane. But if you have like a service goat and that goat helps you bring yourself from up here back to where you need to be, bring your goat, bro. I do think that the process to be certified should be harder. The animal should definitely be trained. But if you need a goat, bring your goat, bro.
I agree with Tamara. That's my like if it's.
I think as long as your animal is within reason and it does what you need it to do, you should be allowed to have it on a plane. Obviously, we're not bringing an elephant on a plane, but if you need a frog, if it helps you, if it genuinely helps you, take
that frog.
Okay, so my first answer is definitely anyone should be able to bring an animal with them on a plane if they are like giving them emotional support. But logistically, like, what if their emotional support animal is like a gigantic pig or a mastiff or something? Like, that wouldn't work.
There definitely have to be regulations and certifications you need to get.
I agree. Okay. Also, if you make sure to go to QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com to vote for your answers. You got 1 through 6. We got a lot of great answers, so be sure to do your voting.
These are some good ones. I'm glad the peacocks, the mastiffs.
Great points.
Yeah, there's some good points being made. Elliot and his frog. Take that frog on the plane.
Take that frog on the plane. I agree. I feel like it's like within reason, of course, but like it shouldn't be only dogs.
Yeah. I feel like there are probably some dogs that are more well behaved than some people. I've been on flights with some rambunctious people.
Yeah.
I think a cat and a little carrier asleep. What's wrong with that? A little frog in a shirt pocket. There you go.
That improves the flight experience as far as I'm concerned.
That would improve my flight experience. That's all that. Yeah. These are some good answers.
Agreed. But congrats, Elliot. $25. Boom.
Maybe go get yourself a frog. But you could find a frog for $25.
True. You can find one for free on the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. Find him for free and go get him some toys. Go get him a cage.
Exactly.
There we go.
Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I almost spoiled it.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see.
we're getting deeper and deeper as the show goes along. What is the biggest challenge facing your generation right now?
I mean, I feel like for me, I would probably say it's like, I think it's probably going to be a popular answer, but global warming, because I feel like that's like the big thing that I always hear about. It's like, how are we going to like stop emitting so much greenhouse gases, and like how are we going to fix the ozone layer? I feel like that's one that we're going to have to tackle.
Yeah, I feel like any conversation where it's like, oh, like I hope by the time I'm 60 like this, and I'm like, well, if we're here by the time I'm 60, if the world hasn't burned.
Yeah, or like
really
the coast,
everything.
Yeah, or like if the coasts aren't like overrun with water.
Yeah, if our houses are still here.
Hey, let's see what people had to say. Curious.
I think student loans, just because the loan rate is going through the roof, and so are the college tuition prices.
Yeah, student loans is a big one.
I think the biggest challenge facing my generation, and I'm guilty of it too, is saying yes to too many things, spreading ourselves super thin, because we live in such an active lifestyle that tells us to say yes to every opportunity that comes our way and not pass things up because you don't know what that opportunity could lead to, then leads to us spreading ourselves really, really thin, and not leaving time for, outside things of relaxation and taking care of yourself and relationships and things like that. So I would say overworking is definitely a problem that my generation faces.
I think that's a lot of like American culture too, like Western culture.
Agreed, yeah.
Gotta go with the economy here. College is getting more expensive every single year. So my generation right now, trying to afford college, taking out student loans, trying to make money right out of college, is a huge challenge that's been going on for generations, and hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah. A lot of conversation about that right now.
Yeah, especially like I feel like there's like an oncoming recession. I think I've heard that.
Yeah.
This might sound kind of dumb, but I think the biggest challenge that millennials are probably facing is actually student loan debt. I know that it's way into the trillions of dollars, and for somebody to be stuck with X amount of money that they're unable to pay off for years and years and years kind of means we don't become our own adult until 40 or 50 or even later at times.
A lot of student loans, but
I feel like the biggest challenge facing my generation might actually be climate change, and just making sure that we ensure that the next generation doesn't really suffer through some pretty bad consequences.
Quinn, again, just a lot of thoughts on
The
challenges.
biggest challenge facing my generation, I think, is that people aren't willing to have discussions with each other. There's a lot of fighting going on, a lot of hostility. And yeah, it's really sad.
I think there's more channels to have with the internet.
That's
a lot
true.
easier to get into discussions with different kinds of people.
That's true, but I feel like it's also like there's a lot of echo chambers with social media and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, vote for your answers. Vote for your favorite answer, QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com if you haven't already. We're going to decide on an answer in a second. Oh, there it is. Let's see what it is.
There we go, global warming.
Hey.
Feels like it all comes down to that, or climate change, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a lot of environmental science major friends. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing good work trying to figure out how to save the world.
Yeah. Hopefully they can help.
Yes. But it's hard to have like discussions about student loans or the economy when it's like, is the world going to be there?
Yeah, like are we gonna be able to have an economy?
Yeah, true. Yeah, but a lot of stuff. Well, I have confidence in this generation. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Okay, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's see what it is. Oh.
Aw, family. Oh wait, no, yeah. Oh yeah, here we go. What is one thing your parents taught you that you will pass down to your kids? This is one of my favorite ones. We have some really good answers for this. there's so many things.
True.
I feel like one big thing my parents always tell me is like, be more present. Stop always freaking out about the future, because all you can do is what you're doing right now, and do it well. Because when you get wrapped up in what you should be doing, what you need to be doing, you lose sight of the moment that you're in. You don't enjoy it as much.
That's
so like
true.
take it a day at a time.
Yeah, it's also like, I feel like my parents taught me something where it's like, you can't, everyone's on a different path, so it almost hurts to like compare yourself because you're not that person.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see what people have to say.
Let's see what other advice we could take home today.
What is one thing that your parents taught you that you will pass down to your kids? Geez, I'd probably say like everything in moderation. You know, they were pretty big on that one, and yeah, I would pass that down to my kids. You know, like some things seem good up front. You know, maybe like Shirley Temples or you know, playing a lot of video games or something like that. But you know, they're not all good as long as they're good so long as you do them in moderation. You know, again, whether they seem good on face value or non-harmful at face value, it really depends how frequently you do it. And that can apply to anything. So, yeah, my parents taught me that, and I'll keep that one in my head.
Very wise.
One thing that my parents taught me that I will pass down to my kids is the joy that a home-cooked meal can bring you. The joy in your heart. The joy around the table. It's good times. So I think it's important to pass that tradition down.
I think family dinners are very important.
And one thing my parents taught me that I'll pass on to my own kids is stand up for yourself. Use your voice. Find your voice. Stand up for who you are. Let it be known. Let it be loud. Let it be proud. Be you 100%. Don't let anyone stifle you or feel like you can't say what you want to say or be who you want to be. Be yourself. Be authentic. And do whatever you need to do to be happy in this world. Live for you.
Solid advice. Very inspiring. You should be a motivational speaker.
True. I mean, yeah, there's no other you can be, so you gotta do it.
I think one main thing that I will pass on to my kids is the wise words of wisdom that they gave us, or like the little speeches that they would tell us and their stories to pass on. I think that's what I would pass on to my kids, because it's personal life stories that they could use in their lives.
True. We pass on our...
Oh, so one thing my parents taught me that I'll pass down to my kids. I mean, I'm probably going to pass everything down because that's just how it works, right? But I guess manners. My mom was a big manners person. Like, don't put your elbows on the table. She's big about not passing gas in front of people. Close the door when you're using the bathroom. These are things that, like, need to be taught to wild children, though, because I'm going to do that to my kids for sure.
Yeah, I feel like those are things that, like, you think are so implicit, but with children, like, it has to be taught.
So one of the rules of my family, my extended family, is always do what you say you're going to do. And that is like a super important thing with me. I mean, I hate flaky people. But yeah, you got to abide by that rule, and my kids will be abiding by that too. There's nothing I detest more than someone who says they're going to do something and makes a promise and then does not. If you can't do it, do not make that promise.
Yeah, I agree.
T? As a chronically late person, T?
Yeah, I'm also chronically late.
Yeah, but it's the thought that counts.
Yeah. I'll get there. Maybe not on time, but I'll get there.
Same. Okay, so if you haven't already, once again, QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com to place your votes. Oh, and we got a winner, I think.
Beatrice. $5. I agree. Flaky people. I feel like, especially when it comes to plans, like there needs to be communication. If you can't come to something, I understand. Like, but you gotta shoot me a text, keep me updated.
That's the big one, yeah. It's like if things happen, but if things do happen, you gotta like clue people in, especially if they're like it's a big plan.
Yeah.
True. Couldn't have said no better. Yeah. Lessons for the real world.
Yes.
I hope everyone was taking notes.
Yeah.
I think this is our last question.
Yay! Last question of the day.
And then it's on to the winners round. So once this is done, stick around.
And then we'll see who gets the $100. It's a big one.
The big one. Okay. Let's do it. Last question. I think we're gonna do some searching.
Ooh. What is the closest blue object that you could use to defend yourself, and how?
This is actually very lucky because my phone is blue.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's like very good defense.
Smack someone with that.
Yeah, throw it at them.
My coffee mug, I grabbed the blue one today. So I've got that right there.
That's a good one.
Roommate's pillow, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of blue things. It's all about how you use the object, though. Like anything could be used to defend yourself if you like think creatively enough.
Exactly. Hopefully, no one bursts through my door anytime soon.
I hope
Such
not.
a silly question.
Well, let's see what people are using. What are their choices?
The closest blue object to me is this pillowcase. I hope that the pillow is involved in the pillowcase.
Hello.
I don't know how I would. Maybe I would run at my intruder, try to smother him. I don't think it would work out very well for me.
Now I have a mug. I'm moving
I'm
up.
sitting on my blue blanket. I would bag that boy up with my blanket. I'd wrap him up like a Christmas present and put him under the tree with my blanket. I would just smother him with my blanket. I'd do anything to defeat that intruder with this blue blanket. And if you want proof, that's the blue blanket. You can't mess with it.
I think Zach would get away. I trust him.
So the closest blue object to me is actually my trash can right over there. How would I use it? I'd probably just grab it and throw it right out. And that's what I do. I'd have him right in the head with it. And you know, I haven't cleaned it in a while, so the smell will probably catch him right off guard. He's going to be stunned by the smell. He's going to be dazed by me hitting him with it. And that's it. We're going to kick him out. We're going to get that intruder way out of here. That's what we plan on doing. That's what I'm doing with my blue object.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. Nothing like, I feel like it's like when you throw something, you have the object and then the fact that there's an object coming towards you. So you got like, it's tough.
The closest blue object to me right now is one of those giant recycling bins, which is, you know, very lightweight. I don't think that I could actually use it for anything violent, but I'm kind of small, so I would at least try to hide inside of it, and that would be my defense.
Hey, if it works.
Know why? The closest blue object near me is this straight up anvil. Not even joking, this is the closest blue thing near me. How would I use it to defend against an intruder? Drop it on their toes, I don't know. Just swing it around, I suppose. It's really heavy. Other than that, not many blue things around here.
This question was made for him.
Yeah,
The closest blue object near me is my saline solution. And I think with that, you just squirt it into their eyes. Having salt water poured into your eyes is not a fun experience, especially if you're not expecting it. So yeah, I just think squirting it into their eyes and probably like yelling something scary will get them out of the door immediately.
That's true. I feel like that, like, stunning them is probably your best bet in this situation.
Yeah, you just need to get away. That's it.
Doing something they're not going to expect.
Exactly. Okay, so one more time, or actually two more times, second time. QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com. Vote 1 through 6. We got some good answers here, so vote away.
Who do you think will get away?
I feel like any of these.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Wow. Wow. Her and Phoebe are gonna be fighting for they've got 2 stakes in the game each.
Well, and then we also have Quinn. 3.
Yeah.
Oh, my
wow.
God. It's a family affair.
All right. She had the saline solution. I think that's pretty stunning, I'd say.
Literally.
I would be very taken off guard. That's not what I would expect.
Yeah.
I could see a blanket or a pillow being thrown. You could kind of deflect a mug. I don't know. I don't really know how he's gonna be able to swing that anvil well enough. But I think the saline solution would get him. So yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to wave away water, deflect water.
Yeah.
Especially if he has cuts, if the intruder has cuts,
Oh.
salt water, ooh, it's over.
It's enough to make any man cry.
Exactly. Okay. I think we've reached that point in the show. It's time to see who wins it all.
Yeah. This is a high stakes round.
Very high stakes.
We'll see. Yay!
Fireworks. Woo!
Very exciting.
So for me, the binge watch that made me sad is there were no more episodes would be New Girl. So spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, New Girl ends with us seeing them like fast forward in time and seeing all the characters' future children. And in the last season, we do get to meet Schmidt and Cece's first daughter because it flashes forward a little bit, but we don't really meet the others. And I feel like throughout the show, the characters are so well developed. And they're such great characters that I think it would have been really cool to get to meet the other kids for a little bit of time. But that being said, I did love the way the show ended, and I think that it could be a cool spin-off idea.
Phoebe is answering the question, what TV binge made you saddest? It was over.
I was born the year of the tiger, so I've always liked tigers, always thought they were super cool. I have heard, however, that they're endangered, so maybe not the best situation. So this could be a lame answer, but I honestly think I'd rather just be reincarnated as another human again.
Phoebe, again, is answering the question, what animal would you be reincarnated
I think
as?
as long as your animal is within reason and it does what you need it to do, you should be allowed to have it on a plane. Obviously, we're not bringing an elephant on a plane, but if you need a frog, if it helps you, if it genuinely helps you, take.
We'll cut off, but Elliot's answering, should only train
I feel like
service
the
dogs
biggest
be
challenge
allowed?
facing my generation might actually be climate change and just making sure that we ensure that the next generation doesn't really suffer through some pretty bad consequences.
Quinn is answering, what is your generation's biggest challenge?
So one of the rules of my family, my extended family, is always do what you say you're going to do. And that is like a super important thing with me. I mean, I hate flaky people. But yeah, you got to abide by that rule, and my kids will be abiding by that too. There's nothing I detest more than someone who says they're going to do something and makes a promise and then does not. If you can't do it, do not make that promise.
Beatrice is answering, what is a piece of advice your parents taught you you'll pass on to your kids?
The closest blue object near me is my saline solution. And I think with that, you just squirt it into their eyes. Having salt water poured into your eyes is not a fun experience, especially if you're not expecting it. So yeah, I just think squirting it into their eyes and probably like yelling something scary will get them out of the door immediately.
Beatrice is answering, what blue objects near you would you use to defend yourself? Okay, so those are all the answers. Go to QOTD.com, QOTD.BeOnTheAir.com, cast this final vote, and see who wins the big 100. This is it. Big one.
These are some good answers this week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, you will.
It's a little uneven.
Yeah, a little bit Succession-esque.
Oh no. Who knows? Maybe someone will come out strong and the underdog.
True. Let's see who it is.
Beatrice!
Claps.
$100 plus 25 plus another 25. She's eating good.
A payday. The date night is gonna be off the chain.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, no. Great answers all around though. And yeah, a great week.
Yeah.
But I think this is it this is the end of the show. Then we can give a little bit of a teaser for next week. Bella, do we know what questions are coming out next week?
Yeah, next week we have starting tonight, airing tonight. We have, if you could ask your pet one question and they could answer, what would you ask? We love the pet questions around here. We love the dogs and the cats and the wild animals.
Exactly. That's a good one though. There's a lot of questions.
There's a lot of questions I would ask my dog. I don't even know. What do you do all day? What do you think about? Do you dream? Do you like me? Are you forced to like me? Do you only like me because I feed you? If you were a person, would we be friends? These are all the questions. There's so many. But yeah.
I would ask my dog, why did you eat my garlic knots the other night and then come up to my room and puke it on my carpet?
That is a targeted attack. That was a thought through. That's an attack.
Yeah, no, what was going through your mind? Those are all good questions though.
Yeah.
Like so many if only.
Yeah,
if
so we'll
only.
see. We'll see what people want to know.
Exactly. Yeah, we got a good week coming up. Yeah, thank you all for watching today. This was a great show. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and just like be in tune to that because we're going to be releasing QOTDs every day next week, except for Fridays when we have the show. But we'll be releasing new QOTDs every day. So be sure to subscribe so you get notified about when those come out. Also follow us on Twitch and go to BeOnTheAir.com so you can see the other answers and record your own answers to the amazing questions coming up.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Record now.
Sure.
Also check out our YouTube channel. You could see the archive of this show if you want to go back and rewatch it. You could see how other people answer, get inspiration for your own questions. And yeah, subscribe. Leave a comment if you like us.
True. Yeah, definitely leave comments.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you all so much for watching again, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.